Hey everybody, this is Sue. I wanted to pop on here real quick and share something. Tonight I challenged myself in an area where I'm trying to grow, and that required me to step out of my comfort zone. And I knew I was challenging myself. I knew I was uncomfortable, and I got to the meeting I was attending, and I noticed that some triggers were coming up. And all of us have triggers of some sort in some kind of setting. I was anxious going into this environment. I noticed my triggers were picking up even more, and I just couldn't silence the voices. I've been working with my counselor, working through triggers. You know, what's my trigger voice saying? Is it real? Or is it operating from the trigger and trying to rob me of the present? So I was working through all those skills I've been developing, but I just could not get past everything. And because those triggers were active, the environment also involved food, and when I'm triggered and in a food environment with people I don't know, it can cause even more triggers with my eating disorder. So I was operating at a very high level of being triggered. And I was doing everything I could to try to calm myself, to center myself, to breathe, to make sure that I was staying grounded in the reality and not what my trigger was trying to tell me was going on. And in this particular case, I couldn't do it. The meeting was about some development, some learning development skills, and I knew that I was not going to be able to participate to the fullest, not only to get out of it what they were wanting to us to learn, but also I wouldn't be able to contribute because my trigger was taking over. My trigger was starting to shut me down. And in this situation, this time, I gave myself the grace to leave. Now, in the past, I would have beat myself up for that. And I may not be happy with the choice I made, but I have come to peace with that choice. And there's a difference there. We do things we're not happy about. We do things we're not proud of. But if we can work it through to the place where we at least have peace with the decision that we made, it makes a difference because then we let ourselves off the hook. Then we can step back, step out of the trigger, step out of the environment that's causing the high anxiety, and look at it not more rationally, more objectively. So, in the course of the last 2 hours since this happened, I've been able to step back. I've been able to work it through and to know why I needed to make the choice that I did and be able to come to peace with that. Now, I've also already reached out to my counselor so we can process it through. Part of the trigger involved was me trying to beat myself up and put myself back on the hook that here I am, I should have all the answers, I shouldn't be struggling. And that's not the case. That goes exactly against what My Step Ahead is all about. My Step Ahead, you only have to be a step ahead to help the person behind you. I don't have all my triggers figured out. I'm working on it, but I don't have them figured out. But the little bit that I have learned about them, I am now able to share with you. Even while I'm still reaching out to my counselor for help, I can reach back and share with you what I'm experiencing and what I'm learning through this so that hopefully there's something in there that will help you as well. So, whatever the situation is in, I want to challenge you. If you are in a triggering situation and you just can't get things to settle down in your brain, it is okay to draw a boundary and to exercise some self care and create a little space so that you can then calm down. You can then look at things more objectively. Take some notes. I've already been writing some stuff down as I'm learning things so that I can then talk to my counselor about it this week. And that's what I want to encourage you to do is if you're in a triggered situation and you just can't for the life of you get it settled down, it is okay to draw that boundary, do what you need to do for you and create the space. But then let yourself off the hook and reframe the situation to see and understand that you are exercising self care because you are taking yourself out of what is being processed as a threatening situation and you are able to kind of get yourself out, calm yourself down, and then look objectively about what happened. What was the trigger? What was it reminding you of? What emotions were tied to that? And then, was I operating in the land of the trigger, or was that real and present danger in that situation? Most of the time, it's going to be from the trigger. For to me tonight, it was the trigger. And yet, it still gave me more knowledge of myself so that I can share it here. Now, yes, on the way home, I had imposter syndrome trying to sneak in as well, because when you have a trigger, everything starts cascading on each other and it all tailspins. I had that. I understood that. And I had to shut that down as well. And I also reached out to a friend and just said, I'm going through this. I've processed this. I've come to peace, but I still need to just verbally share it with somebody. All of those are tools of dealing with a trigger. All of those are things that I can share with you while I'm still figuring it out myself. That is what living once my step ahead means. So I wanted to come on and share that with you. I want to let you know that I don't have it all figured out. I'm not perfect like anybody else, but I am willing to share that so that others can learn from it while I am still learning from it as well. So I appreciate your time. I hope this helps you in some way. I hope there's something I said that next time you're in a situation, you're able to remember something like this, and that it helps you a little bit take that next step ahead. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can feel free to leave a message here in the comments. You can message me at mystepahead1@gmail.com. You can go ahead and message me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I'd be happy to get in touch with you. Have a good night. Thanks.